All right. So, first video of 2025. Welcome. And this is a new series. If you haven't watched the December series from 2024, you can watch it. That was more general. But let's start with an intro here. I actually have some notes. Basically, this is Instagram. I'm sending messages to myself because on Android, you don't have a notes app, unfortunately, but we do have on the MacBook. So, basically, let me share an intro about myself and what this series will be about. Because, first of all, I'm Felix. I think you can probably see, or Felix, depending on your accent. And you can probably see by looking at the channel name. And basically, I run paid ads for e commerce brands. And what I want to do in this series is basically show how I'm running paid ads for my agency in order to actually get book calls, because you probably know what book calls are if you are on this channel, meaning that, for example, if you want to sign a deal, first you actually have to talk with someone, right? So first you have to book a call. In most cases you could also sign through sending a DM with a doc and so on, right? And that might also work, but at least in ecom and in many agencies, you actually need to hop on a call. And why do you need to do that? Basically, because otherwise, you just don't have a lot of credibility, right? And sometimes, let's be honest, you might not even be good enough at what you're doing, but if you're good at selling, you can still sign a deal, right? So that's why it's actually a mix in order to have a successful business, agency, and so on. And what I will want to do in this series is just show you how I'm spending on paid ads in order to get in front of Shopify business owners. Those are in my ICP, ideal customer profile. And this might help you even if you are doing the same thing. So, welcome to my competition, because I think there's enough for everyone. And especially in this industry, it's really hard to actually scale and do it while enjoying it, because eventually you have to hire people, you have to get lower margins on each dollar that you actually make. So it's not the best business model, but it can get you to 10K, 20K, 40K, 50K, although you will have issues with profit eventually. So this is not necessarily something that you do forever, but same as with paid ads. Paid ads is just one channel to actually get booked calls and get clients. And actually, as you might know, so let's just offer some context here. There are multiple ways to acquire clients. One of them is cold DMs, right? That's the easiest. It's free. It doesn't cost you money, right? You don't go to paid ads right away because probably you don't have money. But with cold DM, it just takes time. And actually, that's how I've signed a few clients. That's how you get that initial cash flow. And that's how you then use that cash flow as leverage for paid ads, for the next one actually that I had here on the list after cold DM, it would be cold email. So when it comes to cold email, you can either do it manually, which in 2025 is probably not ideal. If you can personalize it, maybe, but still, even there. And I also have cold email running, but I don't think it's as relevant because there are so many people doing cold email right now. For example, you don't really need to follow me for this. You could just follow the Instantly YouTube channel. They are doing a fantastic job there. And I think there are other channels as well that are focusing on cold email. But this is the third way. And there's also a fourth way, but the third way is paid ads. This is, I would say, the easiest once you crack it. So this is also something that you don't really see on YouTube. That's why I'm actually documenting it right now. I don't see too many people in the agency space actually showing you how they are cooking it, right, for their agency. Like, you might see how they get good results for their ecom brands, and basically you can go to my website here if you want to see if you're a Shopify business owner and would be interested in working. But otherwise, if you're an agency owner, then I'm basically showing you how you might be able to actually grow your business. And I also don't have anything to sell you. So it's just me documenting this, basically because this is how I also keep myself accountable, and I think some of you might actually get value out of it as well. So I'll try to keep these videos usually around 11 to 12 minutes. So in order to get to the laptop in a second here, I will just share my screen and show you what ads I'm running, because I'm already running them starting today. They didn't really spend that much, so not a lot of data, but you will get some insights. And what I want to say about paid ads is that basically, even right now, myself, I'm in a mentorship group that's 3.5K just to enter, and it's for a few months. So it is a really expensive skill to learn. Facebook ads is not necessarily right for lead gen, for eCom brands, because there are so many out there. But when it comes to agencies, not many are doing it, because first you have to actually have cash flow. So you would need to be anywhere between, let's say, 5K to 10K at least in order to actually invest in paid ads. But after that, it can become easier if you actually crack paid ads. And that's how many agencies go from 10K to 50K to 100K and even beyond. I actually know a few agencies that are doing SEO, email, that are scaling through paid ads, because I'm in those groups. So if you want to connect, you can do it on Instagram, we can chat. But coming back to that fourth way, the fourth way is content to actually get clients. So that's one reason why I'm doing this, because it just builds credibility, right? We all want to work with people who actually enjoy speaking with, right? And it's helpful when you get some context from their content, because even myself, I bought, let's say, mentorships because I've listened to that person before actually jumping on a call, before deciding to give them money. And I think in 2025 and going forward, this is the way to go, building your personal brand, which basically means just trust, right? Nothing extraordinary. We don't need to get fancy with this. So in order to show you my ads, which are basically, I would say, not even that good yet. This is basically the first day. So of course, I am expecting the ads to get better, to find out which ones are working. Right now, I have around 25 or 24 running. You will see in a second. You will see my structure. You will see what kind of costs per click I get, click-through rates, and I'll probably talk less and show more in the next few videos. But in this one, I just want to make a quick intro here, because it is a more expensive skill, I would say. And usually you have to pay thousands of dollars to get in groups or to get coaching from someone about this. So I think this might help a lot of people out there, because basically Imangazi and all the other people who are famous on YouTube might get you in the agency world, but then when you actually have to focus on all the small things that you need to do. So even the ads that I have 25 ads. I haven't created all of them myself. I actually have a designer, and I'm pretty sure that she didn't do the best job, and not because she's not great at designing, because she's much better than me. But she and myself, we don't have the learnings yet to know exactly which ones are working. So I will actually show you an ad that has mega high CPMs, and I actually turned it off after like the first few hours, right? But without further ado, let me switch the camera to the other side, and I'll probably cut if I have difficulty sharing my screen here. But let's look at the laptop and show you what I'm doing in terms of ads and ad account structure. So give me a second. All right, so we're on the laptop right now, and this is the first time I'm actually screen recording. So let's see. I hope you see everything well here. If not, then I will switch in the next video to maybe a different way. I might actually be able to focus right now. All right, so let's go over what I have here real quick. I hope you can see it clearly. And what I have here is basically the campaign, which I call prospecting leads eCom January 2024, which is of course a mistake. It's 2025. All right, that was an easy change. So basically here you can see that I selected today, and until now I spent around $8. And if we go to the right here, you can see the CPMs. So I'm just targeting the US, and I'm targeting males. I'll go in a second here to give you the details, but Right now, the CPM is around $12.44. I got 7 clicks, $1.21 per click, and 1% click-through rate. So decent results here. And let me show you what I have. So I basically have 2 ad sets here, each at $15. I just started at the lower budget because I'm not as confident right now in a few things, and I'll show you. So first of all, here I did want to show you that I have it optimized for invitee meeting scheduled, which means that it is for a Calendly. So when someone books on Calendly, that's when it's actually taking it as a conversion. And then I'm also targeting only men, just because I do have more confidence that from what I've heard, men are more inclined to have calls and yeah, just be more interested in growth. Of course, this is not black and white thing, but it is more likely. So then I have 2 versions here, and the only thing here is that it has different creative. So I won't go over each one here, but let me show you one of them, right? And I don't think they are the best for sure right now, but let me zoom in here. So you will see this one. Key results up to 244% increase in revenue. So some results from the past. And as you can see, I'm running it from my page with the agency there. And basically, if you go to Instagram, let's say, you can go here and yeah, you can see the ad, right? So this is how it is. And if you click on learn more, so let me actually go in here and show you real quick the setup. So it's a partnership ad. I don't think there's anything that I can show you because it's public anyway. And I will probably need to work on the copywriting eventually. So let me show you the Facebook post and where it sends, because this is where I think there is room to improve. So if you click on learn more, it will send you basically to the homepage here, which I also think can be improved. Then book a free strategy call, then you fill your info, and then you get sent to the Calendly page. So this is the structure right now. I think there is room for improvement, both in terms of ads and in terms of copy and funnel. But this is the initial, let's say, first few results here. As you can see, some of the ads, for example, this one actually has a 22-cent cost per click right now, which is very early anyway. And yeah, it's basically this one. I mean, everyone probably likes big numbers. And yeah, these are some results from the past. So nothing that's not genuine, but yeah, as you know, with copy, you need to make it look good. And there is one ad actually that I turned off. I'm not sure if it's the background on this one, but this one just had a very high CPM. So your Shopify eCom revenue growth, then before, after, book a free audit and learn how. So yeah, that one is a very expensive one, but let me actually switch the camera. Okay, so we're back. As I've shown you, basically these are the ads that are running. Right now it's at around $30 per day, just because I think there are other things that I want to test. So I'm not spending way too much on things that are not necessarily going to work, but getting some data. And this is very important with ads. You do want to get some data in order to then optimize based on it. As you've seen, one of the ads had a very high CPM, and maybe it was targeting a very expensive audience, right? Like agency owners or ecom business owners. So it might have been a good one, but just looking at the initial results and seeing that there was no click, then if it's not relevant, there's no point in actually running it. So I know this first video actually will be longer than most of them. So I will be documenting each and every day, and depending on the comments, if there are any, because right now it's not like I'm really promoting this series anywhere. So if anyone is seeing it, I mean, first of all, thank you. Hope you got some value out of it. And you can leave in the comments if you have any other thing that you might want to see, such as the creatives, maybe the click-through rates for the best ads, maybe the CPMs, maybe the age groups, the demographic, which is basically male. So there are a couple of things, right, that we could look at, but just want to start this series because I haven't really seen anyone doing it. And since I think there's enough for everyone in this market, don't have any problem actually showing what I'm doing, my failures, success, and so on. So with that, we'll end and basically see you tomorrow.